It's the 50th anniversary of hip-hop, and we still have a lot of discrepancies as far as the origins of hip-hop, a lot of claims, who did what, who was the first. But at the end of the day, we need a definitive story, all right? And that story can only be told by the founders of this culture.
Like everything was being driven and influenced by young, black, American culture.
The roots of hip-hop being Jamaican, absolutely false.
And that narrative that hip-hop has had 3 founding fathers, which isn't true. Hip-hop was created by a number of different people.
I am Coke LaRock, the first MC of hip-hop, the first cat to pick the mic up.
I introduced rapping to the turntable because when I came with it, nobody in the world was doing it.
My name is legendary King Trixie. So I am the first break dancer.
I am the grandfather, the godfather of the graffiti culture. I am the first element of hip-hop.
My name is MC Sha-Rock. I am a founding member of the MC/rap culture.
They want to come in the mix, they want to say, we started. No, you didn't. What came to be known as hip-hop was solely an African-American creation.
If they get the real truth of how it all was created, then so many lies would not be able to be in existence.
Y'all get on in this room and let's make this thing happen like we always do. All right. What's going on with y'all, guys? Let me throw my recording device on and I'm good to go, man. How y'all living, fam? What's going on with you? What's up, brother Zoe? I see Zoe Williams in the building. My good brother Zoe. I see Grinds in the house. What's up, Grinds? Shout out to everybody in the building, man. I hope you guys are having a great week so far. The week is starting off good. Everybody come on in. Give me a nice retweet. Let's retweet and let everybody know that I'm live now. And we'll take calls shortly. We got to touch on some things. We're just waiting on everybody to pile on in the room. By the way, what's up, Nikki the God? How you doing, beloved? What's up, brother Ani Asaru? By the way, where my LA people? We got any West Coast people in the house? All my LA people, can y'all give me a black hand? Everybody from LA, if you're from LA, give me a hand there. If you're from Southern California, give me a shout out. Did y'all see I was on KCal News this morning? A lot of folks like the interview I did. It was real short. It's like a 5-minute interview. I was on KCal TV. And that's huge, big station out here. It covers like basically all of Southern California. It's like, man, millions and millions of people. I was on there promoting Microphone Check, chopping it up. How'd y'all like my drip? Some people like my drip. Some people said I was dressed like a damn mummy. Y'all can go to hell. I wasn't dressed like no damn mummy. That's called haterism. My drip was hidden. Now, I kind of have to switch it up a little bit when I do interviews. So, I put on a little, kind of had a Yeezy little vibe to it. It was different. I wanted to try something new. That shirt I had on, a brother in New York made that. I was at the screening for Microphone Check, and this brother had on this fly shirt. I said, man, where'd you get that shirt? He's like, I make them. I'm like, well, make me one. So he made me one, and I got the matching pants, and I rocked it on y'all ass. So y'all go see the interview. It's on my YouTube channel, Tariq Radio, KCal News. So chopping it up. And by the way, my LA people, if you're LA, Southern California, Microphone Check, ladies and gentlemen, will be in theaters here in LA this Friday. All my LA people, all my SoCal people, it's going to be at the Landmark Sunset Theater all week. It's starting Friday, so all this weekend, if you're in LA, go see Microphone Check. If you're in Southern California, come on up to see Microphone Check. Now, it will be in theaters in other cities next Friday, not this coming Friday, but Friday the 19th. Friday the 19th, it will be in Chicago, Philly, DC, New York, Atlanta, and I keep you guys posted. And I'm waiting on Landmark to send me the links. But if you go to microphonecheck.com now, if you're in LA, you can go ahead and click the link and get your advance tickets for the Los Angeles screening, ladies and gentlemen. You got to go see it with a group of people. The vibe is insane when it's a group of people. So definitely go see the film, ladies and gentlemen, this weekend if you are in LA. Still waiting on everybody to come on in the room. We got almost 400 in here so far. That's good. People are piling on in the room early. Some things we got to touch on. Did y'all hear about the radio station in Philly? And by the way, Microphone Check will be in Philly. WURD, I think that's the name of the station. I think I've done an interview with them. I think I might have done a few interviews with them over the years. Real solid people. It's a black-owned radio station, one of the few black-owned radio stations, and they had this on-air personality. It's this Jamaican lady. She's actually Jamaican. A lot of folks didn't catch that, but the lady is actually Jamaican, and it's WURD. So what happened was this woman did an interview with Biden or something, and what happened was they found out that they gave her the questions in advance. And the station was like, no, 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 we don't roll like that. The station basically got her up out the paint. And, you know, they had to kind of pretty it up and make it seem like, well, they just parted ways, mutually parted ways. No, they got rid of her. And the reason was they said, hey, look, man, we're an independent voice in radio. And this is the statement they made. They're like, we're an independent voice in radio, and agreeing to a pre-approved list of questions jeopardizes the trust that our audience has placed on us for 20 years to hold elected officials accountable. And they said this is something we take very seriously. This practice of delegitimizing Black voices continues today. And WURD, we are not a mouthpiece for the Biden or any other administration. And we will continue reviewing our policies and procedures and practices to reinforce WURD's independence and trust with our listeners. Man, I take my hat off to them. I take my hat off to them saying, no, 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 no. We don't play that game. We ain't Roland Martin and those dudes. And I don't blame WURD. They want to be independent. They want to be neutral. They're not going to be a mouthpiece for the Democrats, because that kills the integrity of anything, man. And the audience, they know when you're being a mouthpiece for a particular party. That's why, you know, a lot of these people rolling in those guys, they have no legitimacy. Family, I'll give you another example. When we did our rally in D.C. last month, the Democrats had a rally too, right next to ours. Ours brought out thousands. Theirs brought out about 10 people. You understand? And it was supposed to be this independent, quote unquote, grassroots organization, the National Black Justice Coalition, or whatever they're called. But we know that this is a Democratic front organization / LGBT gender organization. So people saw what it is. You could see what it is. You know that these are not real organic organizations or movements, and you're going to treat them as such. They don't have legitimacy on the streets. So I don't blame WURD for not wanting to be used by any political party. You understand? That's how you maintain your integrity. You don't let no party buy you off, and then you try to represent, but they are using you as a puppet. Because the thing is, when we talk about elections, people want one trick that a lot of the Democratic shills will try to do. They try to falsely accuse us of being right wing or MAGA, and that's a talking point from the DNC. That's like a shaming tactic. When we question the Democrats' policies and why they're not giving us tangibles like they should, they send their shills out. Oh, you must be MAGA. If you gonna vote for Trump, just say that. All right, if I was, I would say that. It would be no shame if that would be my prerogative, but I'm not. But if I did, I'd just come out and do it. But we're right to question the policies and the agendas of any political party, especially when they go out of their way to pander and try to co-opt us. Every time we turn around, we got the Democrats sending people in our faces, cursing us out, trying to shame us into voting. So we have every right to say, okay, what the hell are you going to give me? We got every right to say that. If you're in my face cursing me out, telling me how stupid I am for not voting and how grandma fought to vote and people fought on the Edmund Pettus Bridge, and if you telling me all this and trying to shame me, well, you need to let me know what I'm getting. I don't want no symbolic deal, and I don't want to hear no scare tactics. I don't want to hear about no Project 2025. Go to hell, and y'all stop letting them run that game on you. Stop letting them try to run that scare tactic game on you about Project 2025. We've been dealing with Project 2025 for 200 years. That's a nothing burger. I hate when I see black folks, man. Did you hear about Project 2025? Oh Lord, you better get out there and vote because it surely is coming to you. Project 2025 is not nothing to play with now. You's gonna have to get out there and vote. That Project 2025 is gonna get everybody. We's gonna be in a whole heap of trouble with Project 2025. Now shut your old ass up. Shut up. Sambo's up here trying to falling for scare tactics. Anybody falling for that except old Sambos. We've been living in Project 2025. Give us some damn tangibles. Where's our money? That's where we are with ours, man. Where's our damn money? And all of this coalition nonsense, whatever. Ain't nobody tripping on no coalition. Speaking of tangibles and things we need to get, they're still flooding the zone with a lot of immigrants out there in Chicago and giving them tangibles. And did y'all see the reports? They're talking about 109 people got shot in Chicago 4th of July weekend. When they give me those stats, when they always say those stats, they always use those stats to start browbeating the black community. In Chicago, oh God, there was 100 and something people shot. The black community, oh, the culture of the black community. First of all, who the hell are the suspects? You know what? Whenever they start talking about all those people who got shot in Chicago, they never have any suspects. They just make the assumption that it was just a bunch of black people shooting each other. Who shot who? Who was shooting who? Who shot all those people? I submit to you, I'm telling you, I think it's a lot of white supremacists who go in there shooting people on those weekends. I've said that for years. If 100 and some people got shot and you ain't showing no suspects, who's doing the shooting? And yeah, you got white supremacists who got days off who will creep up there and do a shooting and bounce and know that it's going to get blamed on black society. That's a white supremacist dream to show up on a weekend and shoot up some black folks or shoot at black people because they know they're not going to get caught nor blamed. That's free kill weekend for white supremacists. I don't believe it's a bunch of black people just shooting willy-nilly like that. Yeah, you got dumb Negroes, but yeah, it ain't to that extent. Yeah. We got some white supremacists in here trying to give the thumbs down. I see y'all in here. I think some of you white supremacists are up there shooting too. I think it's a lot of you up there doing it, especially when they don't have any suspects. Giancarlo, hop on, because I see you giving the thumbs down. Is that your people up there shooting, Giancarlo? Talk to me.
Tariq, talk to me. Where's your propaganda at now? You know, you're with the Somalis or?
Okay, you're giving the thumbs down. So what do you disagree with?
Yeah, no, I disagree on blacks. Like, do you understand what per capita is, bro?
Okay, what? You're not even in the right
Like, no, no,
conversation.
no. I'm all right. So I gotta talk
You're
to
not
you.
even in the right conversation. Are you high or something? You're not even on the
No,
right
sir.
page.
I am in the right conversation. I'm always
So
right.
why are you talking about per capita? What does that have to do with what I'm
Because,
talking about?
bro, you guys are 30% of the population, but you commit 85% of the crime, bro.
We're 30 or 13.
Do you know where Dallas is? Do you know
Hold
where
on, hold
Atlanta
on, slow
is?
down,
Do you
slow
do you know
down.
where there's like diseases going
Did
in
you
these
did you
countries?
say we're 30% of the population or 13? We're 13% of the population.
Whatever number you want to fix in your head, sir.
But you're a fleeing
Sir. Look,
Latino.
look, because you talk about.
How are you talking about crime and you come from a crime-ridden, crime-infested culture that you had to flee from? Make it make sense, sir. You come from a crime-ridden culture that's so bad your family had to flee. How dare you point the finger at foundational Black Americans? We're not even on your level as far as criminality, sir. What are you talking about? Giancarlo, hop on.
Yeah, sir. I'm not I'm not Philadelphia. You know, I don't have drug addicts or California. Um,
No, no, you
Julio.
got drug dealers.
You,
You from the people who manufacture the drugs, sir. So what are you talking about?
Tariq, we're relaxed. We're talking about your country first. Like,
No, 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 no. We're talking about you two who fled from his country because it was so crime ridden.
Sir, I'm not from Africa. I'm from the West. I'm from the West
No,
Coast,
no,
the
no.
East Coast.
You're Hispanic. You're a
Yeah, I'm
wannabe
from
Anglo.
this side of the brother. You're African.
Right, right. You're a wannabe Anglo Hispanic, which you'll never be, and you had to flee from the crime ridden homeland of yours, sir. How dare you point the finger to us and you failed? Hmm?
Yeah, bro. I didn't be. I'm not a Colombian nigga. I'm not a drug addict. You know, like I'm not outside gas stations begging for dollars, nigga.
No, no, no. You're running across the border fleeing from your failed homeland, sir. Is that something that you have trouble coping with, sir? And you're trying to be witty and your wit is failing, just like you failed in your homeland. Is all you do is fail, sir? Is that all you do? Your wit is failing, your humor is failing, and you're trying to hide behind trolling to mask the pain.
I'm not trolling you, Tariq.
Are you trying to hide behind
I heard the
trolling to
Somalis
are you
talk this
are
past.
you trying to hide behind trolling to mask the pain of you
Definitely
being an
not.
utter
No,
failure?
Tariq,
Okay. Okay. I don't
Tariq.
want to
I
hear
heard.
I don't okay. I don't you just failure babbling. I don't want to hear failure babble. And you got to watch these white Hispanics. It was a Mexican dude who made a tweet earlier where he was in Compton and they were partying with some black people. And his tweet was like, yeah, all of this division, that's only online. Out here in Compton and out here in the real world, we all party together. No division, we party together. And then people pulled up his old tweets. He's calling black people all types of mayates, just tweet after tweet calling us mayates. And then somebody asked his ass about reparations. Hey, are you for reparations for foundational Black Americans? No. So there you go. There's our unity right there. That's why we ain't fooled with that. Just because people want to sit up here and drink and party with you, that don't mean they want to see you empowered. See, they try to play the whole party and then dance game. See, you don't lose nothing. There's no power being lost with partying and drinking and BSing around. See, black folks, you got to stop being fooled by that. When people come around you wanting to dance and drink, you think, oh, hey, these people are my buddies. Yeah, it doesn't take away anything from anybody for you to be sitting there drinking and BSing and not doing anything constructive. They'll do that with you all day. The minute you start talking about empowering yourself in your group, that's when they switch up. Like, oh no, reparations for you? No, 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 no. But hell, I just sat here and fought for DACA money for you and debit cards for you and your people, and my tax dollars are going to fund hotels for your group. Yeah, 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 yeah. You're doing the right thing, but yeah, you shouldn't get reparations though. You see, you start talking about empowering yourself and getting some reparations. Well, they sober up and stop dancing real quick on your ass, huh? Y'all better stop being fooled, black folks. Man, we all we got. I want y'all to understand that we all we got and we all we need. We got another musty tether in here. Now, I had you in before. Now, yeah, I've already defeated you. When you start, um, I forgot what your name is, but yeah, I've reduced you to being a lying tether. So I don't really like to bring lying tethers who tap out and just start lying. Because when I start intellectually destroying you, you start just basically lying and trolling. You start talking about my lady is Jewish and all that. When you start doing that, you've nullified any seriousness. That means I've completely defeated you. So we don't want to hear you lying. So I'm not bringing you up. Once I've defeated you and you start lying, that means you've been crushed completely and we don't need to hear anything from you because all you want to do is get up here and whine. And we're not here to hear Musty Tethers whine. You go to the immigration office and do that. Let's get biggest hater. Let's get biggest hater in the building. All right, biggest hater, what's happening? And let's try some other people here. Nolo. How many people we got in here? Who we got here? Somebody keys jangling. Nolo, you in here? All right, let's get Ochre Feed.
Hi.
What's going on, Ochre Feed?
I wanted to ask you about microphone shake. How
Yes,
come you
ma'am.
don't how come you don't put it on streaming services?
Well, it's in theaters, ma'am. It's still in theaters.
Oh,
Right, yeah. Usually, if something is in theaters, they don't have it on a streaming service yet. But what city are you in?
I'm in LA.
Yeah, come see it this Friday. All right.
So it's on like the Crenshaw, like you could go to any movie theater and it'll be there.
Yeah, well, you go to the website. It's going to be as a theater on Sunset, Landmark Sunset. It's on like Sunset and I think that theater is on Sunset and Fairfax, I think, but it's on Sunset Boulevard.
Okay, that's all I wanted to ask.
All right, well, thank you, dear. But yeah, y'all go see the movie. If you're in LA, you go see it this Friday. You could go see it for the whole weekend. All right, you go to microphonecheck.com. Microphonecheck.com. Nolo, you ready? I'm gonna get you out of here, Nolo. All right. And biggest hater, are you down? Yeah. I'm gonna get you out of here too. All right. Remove you. All right, let's get Rome. Rome in the building. Let's get Rome. And then we'll get some of these other people down here. All right. Let me see. Let's get Lock and Load. All
What up,
right.
Joe? What
What's
up,
that?
Joe?
What's up, Lock and Load?
Hey, what's up, my brother? How you doing, man? It's good hearing from you.
Yes,
Late
sir.
night, late night tap in. We up doing the Dracula hours and shit. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
indeed. Yes, indeed. What's on your mind, brother?
Yeah, brother. It's just that we have as a people, we have so many fucking parasites that's on us.
Yeah.
It's like these others. It's like they can't even make it without us. I mean,
Sure is.
it's like what are the brothers doing? Oh, let's follow them. Let's get on them. No matter what. We ain't even, man, we not even thinking about other niggas. We just trying to get our shit right, our house right. And
Right.
out of nowhere, these fools these niggas live for us. What would they do if we weren't here?
Yeah.
You
Real
know
talk.
what I'm
You know
saying?
what? I saw, you reminded me of something, brother. There's this Nigerian girl. She did a TikTok video, and y'all probably saw it up here talking about how she don't date Black American men and all of this. And okay, when y'all do that, that's like a little fantasy. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all know good and well, a lot of y'all and brothers ain't really checking for y'all anyway. We're not beating down the door. And this girl was very average, you know what I'm saying? That she wasn't nothing to write home about. But I see a lot of these foreign women, melanated women, who get on TikTok and they got this fantasy like they're rejecting us, knowing we ain't really checking for you like that. We ain't really checking for you. And talking about, yeah, the Black American men, I don't want to date them. They are colorist, and they start projecting a lot of stuff from their community onto us. They are colorists and they are mean and they are those niggas have no class. Okay. Nobody's really checking for you, Umduge. Nobody's checking for you. But I think it's like a fantasy to be able to kind of reject us and pretend that we're trying to get at them. That's a fantasy. Just the fact that you got to be all performative about it. You understand? You wish some FBA brothers was trying to get at your ass. You wish. You understand? Yeah, y'all know y'all want a zaddy. Y'all want a zaddy, and a lot of you can't get a zaddy. So you try to pretend that brothers are trying to get at you, and FBA brothers, and no, it's not. So y'all wish y'all really cut that nonsense out. Amero, hop on, man.
Yo, what's good, Flex, man? Salute to you and the movement and everything you've been doing and all the work. I'm originally from Chicago. I used to come to your speaking events. I cop Macish package and all that. But
My man.
real
Love it.
talk, like I like what you're doing, you the Tether Slayer and all that. Normally I just sit back and listen and shit. But like I had to hop on here. I'm glad you put me on. I wanted to let you know. I know that you probably didn't seen like the little AI feature that be popping up whenever you get on the internet. It be trying to like give you information and shit. When you jump on your YouTube joint, if you just hop in the middle, the AI come up and give you a synopsis of what's going on. And what I seen when they say like what's happening, when they say FBA, they'll put in parentheses fake black American. So like you dead on with that AI being on some racist shit, bro. I'm not
Wow.
lying.
Wow, that's interesting. I got to look into that. Because, yeah, AI, dude, AI be sounding like the alt right sometimes, dude. AI is real funny style. It's supposed to be neutral, but man, yeah, I advise you guys to get on one of the AI sites and just kind of have a conversation about reparations with AI. AI be sounding like Richard Spencer, dude. AI be splaining. I'm like, hey, AI, why shouldn't foundational Black Americans get the same reparations as some of the red natives? Like, well, why don't you go get a job and stop begging? Hold on, I thought you supposed to be neutral, AI. What kind of shit is that? Why you clowning? It'd be saying some wild stuff after a while. It gets frustrated and just start sounding alt-rightish. All right. Let's get Mr. JPA, or is it IPA? Mr. IPA. What's going on, Mr. IPA? I think I'm pronouncing it right. Mr. IPA, you good?
Oh yeah, my bad. I still had it on mute. What's poppin', man?
I'm good, my brother. What city you in, sir?
Shoot, I'm out of Gary, man.
Indiana. What's happening out there in Indiana? And microphone check is going to be in Indiana, by the way, next week.
When's it coming? Where's it gonna be at?
Indianapolis. It was at the same theater that we had it in Memorial Day weekend. It's going to be out there for like a week. So
Mm.
that's going to be next Friday. How far is Indianapolis from Gary?
I mean, Nap is like probably it's like a solid like 2.5 hour drive, but I'm definitely trying to check it out once it hits streaming, man.
No
Cause like
doubt.
I recently I have picked up your Art of Mackin book because like I've been watching some of the content on YouTube and shit, and this is a decent read. It's a decent read.
Oh, yeah, man.
But
That was a bestseller, best-selling book. Oh, yeah.
yeah, like this shit's funny, honestly. But nah, what I was gonna ask is was there like a specific moment in your life where you kind of decided to go more towards activism, or where you started paying more attention to like the political scene and the racial scene and how shit was kind of moving, or were you kind of always attracted to that as like a youngin' growing up?
Yeah, I've always been on that. Yeah, I've always been on that. I was a big proponent of Dr. Welsing's book all the way in the 90s. So I've always been on that. But, I just did the Art of Mackin and that took off. And people would ask me a lot of racialized questions when it came to dating and relationships.
Hmm.
So I said, okay, let me tackle all this stuff head on. And let me just
Yeah.
go into it because, race always comes up. Race is always a constant thing. So, I just went into it, and then I started doing the Hidden Colors series and really, really got real deep with the activists and the scholar warriors, and just putting that piece together, and then it just blew up and took off from there. So that's what that is. And by the way, Hidden Colors, by the way, that's streaming on Amazon Prime. Hidden Colors is streaming on Amazon Prime right now. So some of you guys, if you got a free Prime account, you can go watch it. Some of y'all got Amazon Prime, you can go watch it for free, or I think it's free on Amazon Prime. I think it might be free. I don't know, but I know to rent it's like $2 or something like that, and to buy it it's like $9. So you go check out Hidden Colors if you have not seen it. That's the classic film that really, a lot of people say it brought in the whole woke movement. Okay? So let me see. We got a lot of people in here tonight. Let's get some sisters in here. Let's get Sophia. Let's get Miss Sophia in here. Let's get some of these women's in here.
Hey,
What's up, dear? How are you?
I am doing good. I'm just wondering, what are these tethers gonna do when the wrong person for them get into office and start sending their ass back to the little crummy towns, countries that the people that they caping for didn't toe up, because the people that they caping for wouldn't piss on them to put out
Mm-hmm.
fire. And
Mm-hmm.
we know this. And they act like they don't know this. They act like they gonna be saved.
Yeah. They're gonna start looking to us, to save them. They're gonna, like people always do. They talk all that crap, and then when the hammer comes down, we're the first ones they're looking for. Hey, FBA niggas, come help us, and we're gonna be
The
looking like,
fake
oh,
ones, the fake
right.
FBAs, they're gonna be hollering.
Uh huh.
And for us, for the programmers, we need to get in, brush out off our coding, or we need to ramp up our coding, because that's the only way we're gonna make this AI fair. All of that is coding,
Yes.
and I'm brushing up my coding now because I'm not finna play with them.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Because yeah, that AI is coded by the white supremacists, boy, and AI be sounding racist as hell sometimes. So yeah, that's what it is. We got to be on top of that. Let's get Ja in the building, brother Ja in the building. Let's get Ja in the building. And y'all raise your hand if you're ready to get on, so I can let the right people up. Let's get Ja. All right, where you at, Ja? So let me get some other people in here. Let's get Ja. You ready? Unmute your mic, bro.
Yeah, I'm ready. That's my. I don't really be on space like that, but I just had a question about the FBA movement.
Yes.
Okay, so what is FBA exactly?
Foundational Black Americans. It's a lineage.
So like the lineage, like not going back to Africa, just strictly America, right?
It's America, yeah, because everybody's from Africa at one point, but we had an ethnogenesis.
Mm, okay. So is it like how the people always say, like we were already over here before the slave Atlantic trade?
It was a combination of different things. What makes the foundational Black American is a combination of the people who were brought from Africa, the people who are already here, and some of the other folks that got mixed in a little later. But there were already Black indigenous people here. There were Black people who were coming in from Spain and Moors trading for hundreds of years, and then Black people who came over who were enslaved. That started in 1619. That's why they like to emphasize 1619. That was the first time African slaves on slave ships came over, but there were Black people already here. But all of those people got mixed together because what happened was they just started labeling all of us as Negro. Some of the Black native tribes, Negro. The Black Africans from different tribes, Negro. The Moors, Negro. They just started labeling us as Negro. So we had an ethnogenesis over here, and we were the ones who built the United States. So that's what a foundational Black American is. People who can trace their lineage back to the folks who built the United States. That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. So are you like pushing for people to get back into like get back in the trades, or like Black people don't, you know, getting like something funded to themselves so they can have something that they own as far as the trades go, or something like that, or just in general?
Like trade as far as what? What are you talking about?
Like all the skilled trade jobs, like electrician, plumbing, HVAC.
Yeah, man, people can empower themselves. There's a million different ways that people can empower themselves. You can do it through trade. You can do it through crypto. You can do it through coding. You can do it through other computers. You can do it through economics. Man, it's a limitless supply of ways that people can empower themselves. And I would like for us, Black people, particularly foundational Black Americans, to empower ourselves and get knowledge and skill sets on every level, because that all ties into nation building. We do need people who can do trade work and work with their hands and wood shop and mechanics. We do need people who can do computer work. We need lawyers. We all of those people to have an independent mindset of utilizing those skills to empower the group. You understand? Because all of it is needed. Somebody who can sew, that person is needed. Somebody who can make toilet paper, that person is needed. So I want us to think in terms of all industries that we can take over and monopolize and start building things on, so we can contribute as a whole, as a unit. Now, where's your family from, by the way, John?
So my family is from Chicago, and then I think my dad can trace his he could trace his roots back, well, the family roots back to Mississippi.
Okay, cool, okay, cool. Are you doing any trade right now? Any
No,
trade?
I'm in school. I'm in school
Okay.
right now, and I had a question because like I was thinking, you know how Ice Cube, when he sat down with Donald Trump, he came together with like a platinum package to as far as policies to carry out for the Black community. I was
Yeah.
thinking that was more so like what we was doing here with the FBA is like coming up with things that'll help people from America that's, you know, Black and not the immigrants. Sorry about that.
No, it's not a problem. Not a problem. No, again, we're talking about reparations, and we're very specific. We've given strategies. We've told the politicians how it should be implemented, who it should be given to, so they know. Just like out here in California, we laid it all out. We've been to these meetings over and over again, laying it out, letting them know everything is going to be lineage based. We want to do it the same way as some of the Native American tribes. So we've let them know how this thing should be done, so they know. They know. So it's all about them just executing it and us being on message to let them know we haven't forgotten. We want this reparations thing to be real, and we want this thing to be pushed, and we want this to be front of center on our agenda. We don't want student loan debt. We don't want all of these people trying to remix what reparations is. And we're going to give everybody some housing vouchers for a $10,000 credit for a down payment. No, that's not reparations. No, 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 no. We're not going to redefine reparations. You know what it is. All right. Midnight. What's happening?
Hey Tariq, how you doing today?
I'm good. What's going on with you?
Yeah, it was no, I'm pretty fine. So I got another question. I was going to get into about the Mexican guy that was talking about he wanted to or talk about us singing and dancing in the middle of the street or whatnot, but it come out he had mayate and saying the
Yeah.
N word and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
my question is, should more Black Americans should we get into law enforcement and wherever we're at, in which city we're at as
Yeah.
well?
We should. And Brother James Small talked about that. Yeah, we should have been doing that in the 1960s and 70s. We absolutely should get into law enforcement and form Black unions and all of that stuff too. What happens, unfortunately, what they do now, they get a lot of tethers to get law enforcement. So what happens is we got to be very careful. See, this is why delineating is very important, because when we say we need more Black police officers, they'll be like, okay, we'll give you some Black ones. Come here, Nigerians. Come here, Ghanaians. Come here, Ugandans. And you put a bunch of tethers on the police force, and they're beating us down harder than the damn white supremacists, especially out there in places like Houston, where they have those Nigerian correction officers working in the prison, and I'm hearing how brutal these guys are. So when we talk about Black police officers, we're talking about the ones from our community, because the vibe is going to be different. Usually, Black officers who's from the community, they're more reasonable. You understand? Whereas people who ain't from the community, who ain't even from the country, they're going to be just as brutal as the white supremacists. So we got to be very careful about this type of stuff.